Was that, you think it was
Do you
a
have any
witness?
more information?
That was, I think it was a witness or victim.
All we did was try to get people off each other. Every time we get people off each other and say stop, they
I
come
love
at
you.
us more. There was a whole mob, 30, 35, 40 people.
Okay. Do you have any
They have plenty of video that'll probably show up.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I need. Do you have a description that would be helpful outside of the video?
No.
Okay.
Black?
That's all I need.
Black? 30, 35 black?
There was a mob, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all
I
zeroed in
understand
on the
what
white
you're
people.
telling me.
Yeah.
I understand what you're telling me.
Let's-
A clothing description or anything?
Every single one of them, and I took pictures.
You have pictures of them?
The whole mob.
You have pictures of them?
You have pictures?
I took pictures of everybody.
Okay, well that's helpful.
Obviously, I was fighting for my life to get out of there, and then I started taking pictures of everybody that was surrounded.
Okay. Oh, they're gone now.
So,
These were people. Okay. Are you able to send these to me?
The body cam footage has now been released from the Cincinnati Brawl, which occurred on July 26th. And there's a lot of evidence now that does not go along with the media's narrative. There's also eyewitnesses that witnessed everything that happened. And they're not actually echoing the same sentiments as the media and the way that the media portrayed everything, right? They were making these people look like they were just victims and they did nothing wrong, and a horde of Black Americans just attacked these people and ambushed and attacked, which is not true. We know that there's been six people arrested and charged now, and all 6 of them are African Americans, right? A lot of people across America is asking, when is the man that actually threw the first punch going to be arrested? When is the people that's going to actually agitated the actual incident that happened going to be arrested? As of now, nobody's been arrested. But let's look at Aisha Devon, the last person to be arrested. Check this out.
Police have now arrested all 6 of the suspects here in the downtown beatdown that happened in the early morning hours of Saturday, July 26th.
So the latest arrest came this morning. 25-year-old Aisha Devon is charged now with felonious assault and aggravated riot. She's going to be arraigned on those charges tomorrow morning in Hamilton County.
And at the same time, one of the 6 victims of the brawl appeared alongside Ohio U.S. Senator Bernie Moreno at the Police Union Lodge there in Over the Rhine.
And so we are leading the way for you once again with live team coverage on the local and the national response to this brawl and other city crime. We begin tonight with our WLWT News Host Karen Johnson and Senator Moreno's message today. Hi there, Karen.
Hey, Sheree. The victim, Holly, joined Senator Moreno today as he revealed that he met with the mayor and other city, county, state, and federal leaders today to discuss real ways they can all work together to make our streets safer. One suggestion, possibly moving some criminal cases from the state to the federal system.
We're going to bring the U.S. Marshals in as well. I think there's a role for them to play. There's a big role for the DEA, ATF to play to get these guns, illegal guns, out of the system. So there's a lot of work that's going to be done. It all happens when you collaborate. You talk to
Moreno saying the meeting between all of the leaders was tense at first, but ended with productive discussions. He also said he was going to talk to state legislators to put what he calls Holly's Act into place. He wants to raise the bar on minimum sentences and minimum bail requirements. Now, Holly, one of the victims in the downtown attack, also spoke publicly today, saying she wants to be the voice to help all victims who never got justice. She also referred to her assault as attempted murder, even though the man who knocked her to the ground has only been charged with felonious assault and aggravated rioting. You say attempted murder. I know you use that. I don't know if you remember being on the ground, but did you feel like you were going to die that night?
I truly felt like that. And I still, I still am just shocked that I didn't. And so are my doctors. So, at first I didn't know what to think of it. And the more that I think of it and the more that I have to rewatch the video, and seeing my body on the ground and seeing how big and strong that man is, no, there's no justification. And I feel strongly about that.
And Holly said she would also like to see a law passed where people can be prosecuted or at least fined if they see a crime or something horrific happening and don't call 911 to help that person. In this attack, you may remember only one person called 911. Sure.
So again, that's Senator Moreno. He wants to get legislation and laws passed now because some W folks got into a fight with some black folks and they didn't come out the victors, right? Like, this thing is real. No, it's not crazy. It's normal. This is the American way. This is the way that they're used to handling things here in this country. So when we talk about institutional and systematic racism, don't say that we crazy and we don't know what we're talking about, because we're witnessing it happen right now. So when we do talk about race, a lot of you black folks, stop coming over here saying, I'm tired of us talking about race. Well, we have to talk about it because it's in the mental and social fabric of America. It's still here. Right? They got video footage, they got eyewitnesses, and it's still not enough, right? But this woman, Holly, who was hit in the eye, she's going around to every news station she can to do an interview. She's still talking like this.
The biggest thing that I think really upsets me is the desensitization of humans, where there's a brutal attack, attempted murder in front of you, and they all think, oh, cool, let me get my phone and record it. I truly hope that in the future there's some sort of bill to where somebody has to be prosecuted or at least fined if they don't call 911 first to save someone's life. I have felt hopeless for the future of my children, what kind of world they're going to grow up in, because it has just gotten, worse and worse.
We have a guiding principle, two beautiful words: common sense. If you commit a crime and you're punished for it, you will commit less crimes, and the punishment has to fit the crime. This is a life sentence for her. And anybody who has a mom in their life, a wife in their life, a daughter in their life knows that there's no recovery from that. Every single day for the rest of her life, she's gonna have to live through this. And yet the person who does it gets away with, oh, you're a bad guy, and if you give us $400, we'll put you in some sort of community service program. No. That person should suffer just as much as she's going to suffer for the rest of her life.
But there was a black eyewitness that saw everything. And he talked to Fox News last week about what he saw. But it's funny how he's not being plastered all over the media everywhere, right? Because he doesn't have the right color. But he saw everything. And remember, he came on and he said this.
Well, basically, like I said, I saw a little ruckus going on, saw people kind of scuffling, so kind of zoomed in, and once my phone kind of focused in, I saw the so-called victims, being pretty aggressive, towards the group of people that were already standing out there. And, it was a situation where it looked like, a lot of people, contrary to what people think, but there was a lot of people that were trying to break the fight up. I think a lot of people feel like everyone was just egging it on, and that's not the case. There was a lot of people, trying to stop it. And, like I said, the people that are being called the victims seem to be pretty aggressive, in this. And that's what I saw. Halfway through the video, you'll probably see where I got out, because I noticed someone was on the ground. So I got out and kind of went back, like in the thick of the fight. And, there was a guy laying on the ground. I was a little concerned about him, but then he got up and, started, there again. Once he got up, people were kind of backing off of him, but he was kind of still going at people, and, using racial slurs, so, I mean, it was just an unfortunate situation. I'm pretty sure drinking had a lot to do with that fight, but it's very unfortunate for the young lady. I pray for her and her family. She was just trying to help out. So definitely in any way, I don't want to, there was nothing good about that. I mean, the fight happening at all was nothing good about it. But, you know, I do know that it wasn't all, you know, the people that are being arrested that I feel like were, you know, at fault.
Now you have the governor, the senator, the vice president of America, everybody's speaking out on this brawl, right? Before all the facts came out. So my question is, how can these African-American young men and women even have a chance in America when the media is being used to demonize them? I'm asking right now, where is the black power structure, the black media? Where is the black leadership, right? Where is black leadership on this topic, right? On this subject? I haven't heard anything. Everybody's quiet. Everybody's watching from the bushes. And I feel like a lot of them don't want to speak out because they don't want to lose their funding. So it's only going to be so far they can go. They don't want to go and really help these black people. In my opinion, I see a lot of black conservative channels actually condemning them, and they actually supporting everything that the W folks did, even before all the facts came out. It's a shame, but again, the body cam footage tells a different story. Let's look at some of the body cam footage and also look at what the news talked about in their reports.
Police this afternoon released body cam video from the incident on July 26 downtown, and David Winter has gone through it all and has some key excerpts that appear to clarify somewhat what happened that evening. David, a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, that is true. It clarifies some things, perhaps muddies up some others. Either way, it's the first time that we've seen what police say that they saw that night when they arrived at the scene.
The video begins with police arriving at the scene 6.5 minutes after the first call, which was at 3:06 a.m. The officer asks a man what the fight was about. He answers, "I heard a white guy calling a black guy the N-word." The officer continues to one of the Caucasian men involved in the fight.
They attacked me. I attacked by multiple people.
What led up to the fight?
Don't really know. It just out of the bar and it just got crazy. They were going after other people, and I tried to protect my girls. And there was one guy that just went nuts, and all of a sudden there was other people that hit me from blindside.
But then the man gave a hint as to what the fight may have been about.
Oh, I thought they took my wallet, but I do have my wallet.
Another man gave his assessment of what happened.
All we did was try to get people off each other. Every time we get people off each other and say stop, they come at us more. There was a whole mob.
But the video widely seen via social media across the country tells a slightly different story, with one of the Caucasian men asking one of the African-American men to fight and reaching out and slapping another black man. The woman seen in the viral videos getting knocked out can later be seen in the police video walking around. The police continued gathering information.
Do you have a description that would be helpful outside of the video? Okay.
Black?
There was a mob, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all
I
threw it in
understand
on the
what
white
you're telling.
One of the men shows the officer pictures he took from the fight.
Obviously, I was fighting for my life to get out of there, and then I started taking pictures of everybody that was surrounded.
Well, the one black witness police interviewed in the video said that it was one of the white guys who kept coming at one of the black guys saying, "You took my wallet," a wallet that the man realized he actually had all along. None of the African-American people who were involved in the fight were interviewed, at least on the video that we saw. It's possible that they were no longer there when police arrived. Two other key people we do not hear from in the police body cam video. The white guy who seemed to be at the center of the fight, who eventually got knocked to the ground and kicked and punched repeatedly by different people. And we don't hear from the woman known as Holly, who got knocked out. But as police have been telling us all along and repeated to me today, this investigation is ongoing.
Was it about the wings? Okay. Yep. Were they fighting about rings? Oh, I see he got a black eye or something, huh? Is the other guy still here? Who swung first? Do you know? You know who swung first?
I just, my observation, like I said.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know who it was. I want my glass. I mean, honestly, I don't know who it was. I just want my glasses back and I can't find them.
Is that your cigarette lighter behind you?
No, I don't smoke. These are not my glasses.
How was the idea? Get the cameras and
Well, I mean, what we would do tonight is take a report.
Let's do this. Let's all step on the sidewalk. Let's do that.
oh, we're behind the
Somebody found these. They're
Step on the
not-
sidewalk.
where? Okay.
Step on the sidewalk.
And then what?
We're going to get the information for your report.
Sidewalk.
Me?
Yeah. Sidewalk.
Why is that?
Sidewalk.
We're the victims.
Sidewalk.
We look like we start.
Who? You want your report?
Yeah.
No. The report.
No?
The report. Don't worry about it.
I don't know if you want me to see if there's any witnesses.
Yeah.
I already talked to one guy that told me this part. Give me that. I'll check on you. Did you witness anything, sir?
Just the tail
Let's
end
step
of it.
this
I
way.
don't know who was who, but I seen just the tail end of the fight.
How many people were fighting?
From what I seen, it was just one guy squaring off with that guy.
Then how do all these other people have blood and their shirt torn?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you
I
didn't
started
see
off
it.
up here, and I start walking down the street. As I'm walking down the street, I see that the one guy squaring off with this guy. And then as the cars, as I get through and I see the cars clearing out, I see other guys on the ground.
Oh.
But I don't see nobody hitting them, but I see them on the ground. And the only thing I see my attention is drawn to these two squaring off.
So we know that in the beginning, they didn't even want to press charges, right? Holly didn't want to talk to the police. She didn't even want medical treatment, right? They were out there drunk. Things got out of hand, and you know it turned into a scuffle. It turned into a brawl, right? We know that there's surveillance. You know what's funny? There's surveillance cameras everywhere. Everything's on the grid, right? How come they haven't released the surveillance cameras? You know why? Because they know what happened, right? There was already witnesses to say that they were going around kicking cars. They were walking up, starting fights. The black people was breaking it up. They would leave and come back. They did it 3 times to the point when the guy finally swung, he swung on one guy, then all hell broke loose, right? But then again, all of the African Americans were the bad people. They were the bad guys. And this is where the thing gets crazy. But again, like I tell y'all everything, they got video cameras for what suits them, right? But whenever they do something wrong, as of it's August the 10th, this thing happened on the 26th. Where is the surveillance footage? That's down there in a busy area where there's businesses everywhere. Where's the surveillance? We're asking Senator Bernie and all these other, the governor and all you people out there in Cincinnati. Where is it? We need to see that footage, because there was eyewitnesses that was on the scene that gave detail. Man, this thing is goofy, man. This thing is real goofy. But again, this is America, and this is our story here in America. We're always judged, right? They already have a preconceived notion. We have nothing to protect us. Remember I told y'all we supposed to be a protected class? We have nothing to protect us from stuff like this. This right here proves it, right? We're supposed to have federal laws on the books with equal protection under the law. We're supposed to have our image supposed to be protected. But when something like this happened, look what the media did. Look what the vice president did. Look what the governor's doing. Look what the senator's doing. What do we have in place to protect us? Nothing. Nothing. All we have is us, man. And these are the things that I've been talking about for years on my channel, telling y'all that a lot of those books that's on federal law, they're worthless because we don't make them it's not being enforced. We don't make them enforce the laws. The media ain't supposed to be portraying black Americans like this, based off of what happened to us here in this country through discrimination. How do we know that the president of Fox, Viacom, and all these places is racist or have a preconceived notion about black people? What's set in place to protect us from that? Nothing. You know how we know? Because look at what the media is doing right now. And these are the conversations that we got to start to have, man. But as more of this come out, I report more of this. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.